All right, we finally have some answers as to what really happened on J6, who the FBI had in the crowd, who entered the Capitol, who didn't. We're going to get into it. Also, the White House coming out yesterday confirming President Biden is actively working on who to preemptively pardon. Up until now, this has been rumor, innuendo. Well, now it's real, folks. This is actually happening. Liz Cheney, Adam Schiff, Benny Thompson, Adam Kinzinger, Anthony Fauci, possibly about to receive blanket preemptive get out of jail free cards. Wait till you see this. And an update on those 300,000 plus migrant children that the IG, the Inspector General, says effectively disappeared. Wait till you hear what Donald Trump's promising to do on day one about this, and more stories as well from around the country. But before we get started, thank you for liking and sharing these videos. It really helps out the channel. And consider subscribing so you don't miss these regular updates. After nearly 4 years of relentless gaslighting and lying by corporate media about the events that transpired on J6 2020, calling that day one of the worst acts of terror since 9/11, even comparing it to Pearl Harbor, which it wasn't. It was a protest that turned into a riot. And this framing around that day has been like the strangest portrayal of government overreach I've personally seen in my lifetime. How far the federal government went to make it look like something it wasn't, look like something more than a riot. Conducting the largest investigation in the FBI's history, rounding up thousands and thousands of Trump supporters, throwing them in jail if you were an innocent grandmother, grandfather, mother, father, that was innocently ushered into the Capitol that day. Not the rioters, but these innocent people who were just there to watch the president and just got ushered in and were peaceful, not violent. You were still tracked down, your house likely raided, you were arrested and jailed. Defense attorneys for some of these defendants claiming they'd never seen anything like this, how far the prosecution went. All of it was just crazy. But the one question people had more than any other was if our government took part in the protest. Did the FBI have agents or confidential human sources at or inside the Capitol on J6? Reporters, even Congress, tried to get these answers for years to no avail. Each and every time they asked this, they got nothing. Watch.
Again, I'm never going to be getting into when and where we
Okay,
have have not used confidential human sources. But
are you willing to stand the record that you had no confidential human sources that went into Capitol on January 6th?
as I've said consistently, I'm not going to get into where we have or have not used confidential human sources.
You have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters inside the Capitol on January the 6th prior to the doors being open?
Again, I had to be very careful.
It should be a no. Can you not tell the American people no? We did not have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters positioned inside the Capitol.
Gentleman's time has expired.
You should not read anything into my...
Well, yesterday, finally, one day after FBI Director Chris Wray announces his resignation, and after 4 years of asking, we have the answer. Yes, they did. The Inspector General releasing their report yesterday and finding that the FBI had 26 confidential human sources there, 3 of which entered the Capitol. Watch.
Fox News alert, the Justice Department just released the bombshell report that we've been waiting for. What actually happened on January 6th? The FBI had 26 confidential human sources there that day. 26. A confidential human source is a guy the FBI pays to spy for them. Of the 26 confidential human sources who were in D.C. on Jan 6th, 4 entered the Capitol during the riot. An additional 13 entered the restricted area around the Capitol. So more than a dozen FBI spies participated in the so-called insurrection. A bunch of them broke into the Capitol. Their own Inspector General says this is what happened.
The report also saying that none of them were actual FBI agents. So then what's the difference? A confidential human source versus an actual FBI agent? Well, a human source, a confidential human source is like a CI. They're a rat, a snitch that the FBI hires for information. But the strange thing is that the media reported this story very differently. They claimed that this IG report disproves, they said, a right-wing conspiracy theory. Watch this.
We're breaking news into CNN. A new DOJ watchdog report has just been released on the January 6th riot at the Capitol, and this finds that there were no undercover FBI employees at the Capitol during the riot.
This finding runs directly counter to speculation from allies of President-elect Donald Trump, who for years have suggested the violence that day was provoked by federal agents.
Well, the most important finding that is one that you just outlined, which is that this claim that you've had from Republicans in Congress, allies of Donald Trump, who have claimed that the FBI had agents essentially undercover who helped instigate the riot, that there's video that seems to suggest, in their view, that either people who were being paid by the FBI were essentially helping to stage the insurrection that happened on January 6th. And this report flatly says that that did not happen. And
it's really as if we live in two different realities. Yes, the FBI did deploy confidential human sources, and no, they didn't use their actual agents. They used CIs. Why the media can't just report it straight, I have no idea. This is why nobody trusts these people. In another story, Karine Jean-Pierre confirmed at the White House press briefing yesterday that President Biden is or will be working with his team on blanket preemptive pardons for Democrats and others who they believe may face legal trouble in the coming years. This includes congressmen on the J6 committee like Liz Cheney, Benny Thompson, Adam Kinzinger, and yes, even Anthony Fauci. You can't make this up. Watch.
Some of the names that have been floated around preemptive pardons, since it would just be such an unusual, extraordinary step. We talked about in the news, we've seen Liz Cheney, Dr. Fauci.
You're talking about the preemptive pardon.
Right. I understand you don't want to get ahead of the president's thinking, but are any of those names wrong? Still, can you tell? I mean, do you want to tell us anything about?
It would be a bad move on my behalf if I preempted the president or previewed anything that the president was thinking about, considering, and so this is something that he's going to talk with his team about. And I just don't have anything beyond that for you.
Up until now, this was all speculation, right? Biden's spokesperson confirming it at the podium yesterday makes it reality. It's likely going to happen and would be unprecedented. The pardon power is sacred. It's meant as a last resort when the justice system fails and an innocent person is wrongly prosecuted. The president has the power to step in and make that right. Step in and pardon that person. This would be a huge mistake if Biden does this. It also makes these people he's pardoning look incredibly guilty. In another story, there have been 300,000 plus children who have disappeared from official radar under the Biden administration. This story rarely reported on. These kids were under the federal government's custodianship. They're migrant children who the federal government was caring for under the Office of Refugee Resettlement, and for whatever reason have effectively disappeared. Nobody knows what's happened to them, and the media is all but silent on it. It looks like they don't want to report on it because it makes the Biden-Harris administration look bad. Well, they're children, folks. Get over it. The Inspector General, with Biden's own DHS, put this report out. This is an official DHS report, an official DHS number. These 300,000 kids, well, these missing children are about to get the justice that they deserve. After Donald Trump updated his border security plan this week and made locating these children one of his top 3 items to accomplish. Here's Tom Homan on Fox last night explaining how seriously they're taking this. Watch.
Also, as President Trump is committed, we're going to deputize every U.S. citizen in this country to help us find 340,000 missing children, because we need the public's help on this. Every mom and dad knows what it's like. They have a gut feeling when they see something out there in the public that there's something ain't right with that child, so we're going to deputize every one of them to help us find these children.
Then yesterday, New York City Mayor Eric Adams met with Trump's new border czar, and after the meeting, he came out, held a press conference, and shined a giant light on this. Watch.
We have 500,000 children who had sponsors in this country that we can't find. We can't find them. We don't know if they're doing child labor. We don't know if they're doing sex crimes. We don't know if they're being exploited. 500,000 children. There's a level of hypocrisy that everyone that states they want to protect everyone but innocent individuals who are victims of crimes and children. I want to support and protect children and innocent people that are victims of crime. And those who don't understand that, it's not up to me to try to convince them. I know what my job is, my goal is, and I was clear of that while running and when I became mayor. Safety means everything to me. 500,000 children, we don't know where they are right now in this country.
In another story, Rhino Republican senators have gotten the message loud and clear that if you don't get in line, if you continue to stand in your voters' way, you will be replaced, you will lose your job, we will primary you in 2026. Lisa Murkowski admitted this during an interview this week, that she's never seen anything like it, that even a conservative senator like Joni Ernst is now being hung out to dry, she says, because she dared to question Trump's pick for SecDef. Watch this interview.
But I think it's going to be hard, quite honestly. I think it's going to be hard in these next 4 years because you have an administration coming in that has had an opportunity to kind of see how things work, what didn't work, and now we've had 4 years to think about it, and the approach is going to be everybody toe the line. Everybody line up. We got you here, and if you want to survive, you better be good. Don't get on Santa's naughty list here because we will primary you. And my friend Joni Ernst, who is probably one of the more conservative, principled Republican leaders in the Senate right now, is being hung out to dry for not being good enough. And you're going to get primaried. Well, you know, what's this all about? Why are we doing this to ourselves?
In another story, the mysterious drones UAP flying over New Jersey is escalating. The entire state of New Jersey blowing up, folks. I have family there. They continue to update me. They see these things every night. Everyone in New Jersey is aware of it. Most people have either seen them or they know someone who's seen them. Yesterday, we got the first clear photo of one of these drones that was captured in Ocean County, New Jersey. You could see it here. Clearly a drone, a big drone, a military type drone with the red and green lights. But the bigger story here is that the federal government is lying to us, flat out lying to us, and it should piss you off. It's pissing me off after New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy saw these things with his own eyes. We played his statement a few days ago. He spoke with the White House yesterday morning, along with senators and congresspeople, urging them to do something, take some type of action. Like, why are you just sitting on your hands? Well, they did. They decided to send Rear Admiral John Kirby out at the White House press briefing yesterday to tell the millions of people in New Jersey that they're wrong. You're misidentifying manned aircraft. Watch this.
Now, finally, I just want to add a few comments on the reports of drone activity here on the East Coast, particularly in and around New Jersey. We have no evidence at this time that the reported drone sightings pose a national security or a public safety threat, or have a foreign nexus. The Department of Homeland Security and the FBI are investigating these sightings, and they're working closely with state and local law enforcement to provide resources using numerous detection methods to better understand their origin. Using very sophisticated electronic detection technologies provided by federal authorities, we have not been able to, and neither have state or local law enforcement authorities, corroborate any of the reported visual sightings. To the contrary, upon review of available imagery, it appears that many of the reported sightings are actually manned aircraft that are being operated lawfully. The United States Coast Guard is providing support to the state of New Jersey and has confirmed that there is no evidence of any foreign-based involvement from coastal vessels. And importantly, there are no reported or confirmed drone sightings in any restricted airspace.
You're flat out wrong. New Jersey peasants, you don't know the difference between a drone and a commercial airliner. But we know that they're lying. How do we know that? Because Picatinny Arsenal Military Base in North Jersey confirmed this week that they've experienced 11 drone incursions over the base. So who's lying? Is Picatinny Arsenal lying? Or is the White House lying? One of them is, and they have a giant problem here because the American people aren't buying this crap. In the past, when the White House and DHS speaks, usually that's the end of it. The media buys it, the people buy it, everyone just shuts up and moves on. But not this time. Americans aren't buying their story. Something just doesn't sit right. And there's too many people who are watching these things. The mayors, the Congress people in New Jersey have seen them with their own eyes, and they're pissed off. Roll the tape.
All right, Mayor, do you believe him?
So what that means, he's saying that we're all seeing small planes, right? That's my take on that.
Yes.
I have to tell you that's incredulous. I'm incredulous about that. That is ridiculous. I would invite Mr. Kirby to Mine Hill. Come on out, Mr. Kirby, and let's go on out one night about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'll go out behind my town hall, and you can count them with me all night. I have a report that over here in Randolph, New Jersey, off Canfield Avenue, that over the valley, which is the town of Roxbury, I have a credible reference over there, a resident over there who told me there's anywhere from 30 to 40 a night, and every night they're in the same place doing the same things. So I have to say, Mr. Kirby, that's a lot of nonsense.
All right, that wraps up this episode. Like, subscribe. We'll see you next time.